Sometimes we don't fully appreciate the experiences or events that take place in our lives until sometimes they pass. Today I want to tell you about a boating trip I took when I was about your age. It was between my junior and senior year in high school, and my cousins invited me to go out on a trip out off of Clearwater Beach to watch the sinking of the Coast Guard buoy tender Blackthorn. We left from Clearwater. It was 20 miles offshore. It was my first adventure offshore. We were heading to, our destination was Pinellas Reef number 2, where the Blackthorn was already in position for its final journey to the bottom. The Blackthorn was to be sunk that day in 80 feet of water. As we arrived, it was a beautiful morning. The sky was gorgeous, and there was 20 or 30 boats around there, and of course the Coast Guard was very present there. They established a perimeter, and as we were about a mile away from the Blackthorn, we saw smoke rise. And as we saw the smoke, then a skiff very quickly sped away from the Blackthorn. On that boat was the Navy divers who had planted the charges to sink the Blackthorn. And then we saw warning smoke come off, and then all of a sudden we saw this smoke come up, and then we heard the blast. It was different. The Blackthorn within a minute was gone. Could not see it on the horizon anymore. The Blackthorn had a tragic experience less than a year earlier. It was leaving the port of Tampa, where it had just been overhauled, on January 28th of 1980. And it was overtaken as it was leaving the channel of Tampa Bay by a Russian passenger ship that was very brightly lit, and it could not see the tanker Capricorn that was also in the channel getting ready to set anchor. Both ships did not see each other because of that passenger ship. And the Blackthorn ended up colliding into the tanker. The tanker was 605 feet long, and the Blackthorn was only 180 feet long. So it was 3.5 times the size. The anchor actually embedded itself into the side of the Blackthorn, and the Blackthorn rolled and capsized. There was 50 men on that ship. 23 perished that night in Tampa Bay. As the all clear was given, and we took our boat and we went over to where the Blackthorn was sitting on the bottom, the water was calm. It was an eerie calm. You could stand in the boat and you could look down and you could see the Blackthorn sitting there. My cousins donned and put on their dive equipment. They went down, and I snorkeled on the surface. It was very calm and very peaceful. It was surreal. I did not appreciate at that point the gravity of the experience. Today I have a totally different appreciation for that experience that I encountered in my youth. It was peaceful and it was calm there that day. Sometimes we don't fully appreciate the experiences we have today. And I hope that you can, with this story, look forward and say, when I have experiences, that I will truly enjoy them and cherish them.